Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is November 28th. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. And we are taking a look at the infrared satellite imagery this morning. In the state of California right here, we got our storm system out off the coastline. It's going to spread some interesting clouds and maybe the slightest bit of precipitation with it, but we're not expecting big widespread precipitation amounts with this system. We'll take a look at that, at what's coming with this system over the next few days and what could potentially be coming off into the extended forecast. And we may set up for a bit of a foggy regime, so we'll take a look at that. Also, as we go through the video this morning, you can see we did have some fog across Southern California. If I zoom in on that, you can kind of click on this information here. You can see the ASOS there. I think this was San Diego International. It was, and that looks like it has since moved out of the area. But this is something we'll be checking. I'll try to do this on a daily thing. We'll take a look at storm reports or any kind of interesting weather going on across the region for that, so we can give more of a look at what is currently going on or what happened the previous day. And if we take a look at the visible satellite, you can kind of see that fog drifting about. It's right now confined to just mainly the very coastal areas here. And it's just kind of Doppler radar noise and junk ground clutter and things of that nature. And you can see some of the high clouds moving in here. There may even be some lenticular cloud activity across some of the mountains over the next couple of days as well. Now, taking a look here, I selected this one station here. We're looking down towards San Diego. There's Ensenada right here. I zoom back out and you can see Tijuana. Here's California, but there are actually a few of these Tempest weather stations in Mexico. These make a great gift, and if you want to buy something for Christmas coming up here, this is a very good weather station to buy for somebody. And you can see the UV index. It looks like the sun is shining there. You can see the wind updating every few seconds. Lightning detection system with it. Stores all the data for you in the cloud. So again, highly recommend that weather station. Click on that link down below for 10% off. Now taking a look at the European. So this is a closer look at things, and you can see that storm system churning off the coastline. They're mainly just spreading clouds over the region, but you see a little bit of light precipitation shows up, mainly for the higher terrain of Southern California as we go through tomorrow night on in through Saturday and Sunday. A little bit of precipitation showing up with that, but again, barely measurable is what it's showing up on the models as of right now. So we shouldn't be too concerned right now with that system out over the coastal waters. And if we take a look at simulated infrared satellite imagery, you can kind of see this cloud streaming up over the area. Maybe as we go through tomorrow, maybe some lenticular cloud activity out there, some interesting looking clouds, maybe a sunset to be had out there. So get your cameras ready for that if you feel the need. Now take a look at the European on the left versus the GFS on the right. This is the 06Z run. So if I put this into motion, you see the system out here, and it creeps towards the coastline, but it's definitely losing its punch as this ridge builds across a lot of the west coast. And then the models are showing some kind of a cutoff low here, but the European not showing much precipitation at all. Previous runs of the GFS had been showing some precipitation across the southwest from this cutoff low. We'll continue to watch that coming up here because these things can flip on a dime and it could start showing precipitation amounts there. But right now, we're just going to wait and see mode on that one. And if we take a look at the GFS, the 12Z run, this is the most recent versus last night. So put it into motion, you can see our storm system off the coastline. Again, not much precipitation at all making its way into the state of California. That system falls apart off the coastline. Storm track well up into southeast Alaska and British Columbia over the next few days and on into the early portion of December. And you can see not much precipitation showing up for California. But we scroll off into the extended a little bit more, and then there's going to be that cutoff low. You can see the 0Z run kind of shows a better precipitation amounts there, but the 12Z one, the most recent one, it kind of backed off on that. So we're just kind of, searching for things at this point, kind of in wait and see mode to see what is coming next. We were pretty active for a while, so this is kind of typical at times during the fall and the winter months. You can get these big breaks with ridges and foggy regimes, of course, but we'll continue to watch to see what is coming and see when the next active weather will arrive. This is frost advisories and some dense fog advisories here across some of the valleys. You see Merced and Fresno right here, and we do have some frost advisories out there also. And driving in fog, low beams, and fog lights if you have them. Never use high beams. Leave plenty of distance. You guys know the drill. And this is the fog severity index. This is just for today, but we could have some of this ongoing over the next few days. You can see the 5 is right there, and you can see Merced is right there. Now, if we look at that, we actually have models that do visibility. This is the high resolution model in North American. And I'm going to back this up. This is for this morning. You can see some of that fog still drifting around out there. The North American model can underdo fog at times. But you see as we go through Friday morning, some of that setting up in the San Joaquin Valley, maybe even into the Sacramento Valley, and some of that marine layer bouncing around on the coastline there. So we got to watch out for this fog because, as you guys know, that can cause some traffic accidents and get pretty thick and nasty. And then as we go through Saturday morning, that's not a good look as well. Some pretty low visibility showing up there. And the European has also something similar, visibility in miles. So let's see if we scroll through the day today. It looks like it's overdoing this across some of the San Joaquin Valley. But as we go on in through tomorrow, and if you guys are seeing fog out there, let me know in the comments below. Kind of interesting. I didn't see it on the visible satellite imagery. But as we go through Friday morning, you saw some crop up there. And we go through Saturday, again, that fog potential will be with us. We go through Sunday morning and yet again. So kind of moving in towards that foggy regime, and things can kind of cascade and we can get some dense fog locked in there at this time of year. Now, looking at 80-meter wind speeds, how much mixing are we going to have? Well, we got some offshore winds, some northerly winds and some northeast winds as we go through the day today. Maybe a little bit gusty even through some of the canyon areas and the gap areas and the mountains. But you can see not much mixing here into the San Joaquin and the Sacramento Valley. Although Friday morning, you see some of that northerly wind coming. That might limit some of the fog development across the Sacramento Valley. So, yeah, we'll watch that again tomorrow. We'll kind of see where we are, and we'll, of course, see what kind of fog rolls in tomorrow as well. So 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, above average across the west. Look at this below normal signal, man. And this is probably going to back off for the Pacific Northwest. The West Coast is looking pretty darn right dry through the first week of December. Above average temperatures as well through December 11th, and that below average signal is still with us. So we will just continue to watch this day by day. Things can change in the models quite rapidly. But yeah, we'll continue to break things down. I hope you guys are having a good day. Otherwise, enjoy your Thanksgiving food out there and all the football and all that good stuff. So, but yeah, we'll do this all again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.